Hi there, fifth grade teachers. The summer math team wanted to walk you through some of the changes we made to the curriculum map this summer. First of all, we'll show you the sort of scope and sequence or the year at a glance pacing guide. There's actually nothing been changed there, so our units are going to work and run in the same organization as we did last year in terms of the standards we teach and when. So your first 9 weeks again are going to focus on the multiplication and long division and volume. We're going to move more towards the fractions than decimals in the third 9 weeks, and the final 9 weeks some of that geometry and patterns and coordinate plane stuff. So again, that hasn't changed. What we want to show you kind of is the actual map itself. We changed as we look here. You can see up in this orange section, we were given a few more resources this summer to look at from the Live Binder. Actually, what we did was Jeannie Winters came and talked to us about OneDrive, which has all of the Live Binder stuff in a little bit easier format to pull from and print off of. So what you have here are a few links to get some of the big idea pieces of that. Each unit has an overall plan, which is sort of an outline. Here's a link to all the formative assessments they have written for that model math curriculum. And then down here is the whole map that they have written for that model math curriculum. One other thing we did this year, which we've always been talking about doing and we tried to put into practice, is this Unit 1 shared folder. You'll see one of these folders on every unit at the beginning, at the top right here where you see it for Unit 1. That is shared with the fifth grade. So if you have a great resource that you use, you can put it right into that folder and it'll be shared with the fifth grade teachers. And the great thing about that hopefully would be next year when people get together for summer work, we can dive into that folder and start putting that stuff into the map as well, so we don't get to summer and say, oh, I had a great idea for that and it's locked away in my classroom. So if you do have some good lessons you find while working through the map this year, if you could throw them in there for us, that would be great. Again, the rest of this map looks similar until you get down to the actual standards. So you'll see it's all laid out the same way. What we've done is changed sort of what this far box, the actual lessons or content, looks like. We split into 3 sections here for each standard. We have recommended lessons to teach. These are the lessons that as we were going through the materials we have that we felt were the best. It's not to say they're the only things to teach for that standard. We have a ton of other additional resources listed for most of these standards you can go to as well. And again, if you have stuff that you use that's good, use it and then throw it into that shared folder so that everybody can get a chance to see it. When you see links here to things like OneDrive, that will take you to that model math curriculum we were looking at this summer. You will have to log into that, and the login is right above. We put it in as many places as we could throughout the map. They usually fit right here with these sort of big idea statements. So that's intermingled throughout the map. There's also the main supplements link and the practice book page link up here as well for you. And again, we tried to intermingle that throughout the map as best we could. You will see a bunch of formative assessments listed for each standard, and some we wrote, to use a school city created by yourselves. If you do create one, again, that could be shared with the whole fifth grade, which would be helpful. And then again, as you continue to look, here's another standard. It's all going to look the same. So you have the recommended lessons, some are bridges, some are supplements, and then you have the assessments and the additional resources. We're looking at right now for resources for all this. We have the model math curriculum from OneDrive. We're using bridges. We have some Georgia State resources, Engage New York resources as well. Anything, if you see, as you look on the map, that might have substandards, for example here with MD.3, and then it has substandards 3A, 3B, and so on. Sometimes it was hard to split lessons into all those substandards. So you'll notice we have a bunch here for 3, and then not as many ideas for 3A and 3B. So you'll want to look at 3 itself first, and that may cover or the substandards as well as you look. Um, One other big thing we just wanted to make sure we stated was that given this change and the way we've reformatted this last column with the recommended lessons and the assessments and the additional resources, we really felt like this took the place of the day-to-day planner. So we're no longer using that day-to-day planner. The link isn't on the map anymore. Anything that was on there has been fit into this map somewhere, either as a recommended lesson or as an additional resource. So that stuff is not lost. It's just intermingled into the map here. But the way we kind of pulled the lessons we thought were best is basically how we did the day-to-day planner anyways. But now it's just all in one place so that we can see it all at once. And again, you can kind of pick and choose the order you want to do for your room, for the needs of your kids, whatever that might be. It's all sort of in one place for you. So again, that's the work we did this summer. We hope it's helpful, and we hope it makes teaching the math a little bit easier this year. Thanks.